What's up, guys? Welcome back to Termite Off-Road. This week we're working on the old JT, the old Gladiator. Gonna be doing a few little simple mods to it, nothing crazy. The first one we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be putting Lamin-X fog light, yellow lens covers on the fog lights down here to give, they call amber, but they're really yellow to the fog lights. And then on the inside, we're going to be installing a headliner up here to kind of help with some of the sound noise, I guess. It's a Jeep. It's quieter than Termite is. But just something to kind of help with a little bit of the sound, echo in there, having a hard top above you. And then also just for heat in the summer, the cool in the winter. I haven't had it in the summertime, so I don't know, but they say that the sun coming through the tops is really hot. So for the kit for that, you know, typically hot head, something like that, it's like high 300s, almost $400. So we're gonna make our own. Y'all know us. Went to Lowe's, got some of this foam board, and we're gonna go to our local fabric store and pick up some headliner fabric, and we're gonna be building our own. I've watched videos, studied what they make this stuff out of, and there's no reason in the world why we should, there's no way I can justify spending $400 something for headliner when I can make it. That was 20 bucks for that foam, you know, so we're gonna do it probably under 50 bucks. So anyway, we're gonna be doing that in this video too. So hang in there. I'm gonna get to pulling these fog lights out. As you can tell, I don't have the factory bumper, but it's just 3 little 8mm bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. There's 2 there, and then 1, it won't focus, right up in there. Pull the fog light out, and then we'll get into putting these on and seeing how they look. I'm just gonna do one first, see how it looks, and then we'll go from there. In typical fashion, what was supposed to take, 2 minutes to pull off, we got our last little bolt down there. You can see him. He is just spinning on the threads, not coming out, not want to do anything. The other ones came out. So the bolt's holding still. It's not the bolt spinning in the casing, and the bolt's holding, but the nut's just stripped. So I guess Sawzall time on that little thing. So I'm gonna set the tripod up, and I guess we'll Sawzall that little small, tiny little machine nut, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. All right, we got the light washed. Just used hot soapy water here in the sink, and got it all cleaned off. Here's our cover. It says here for domed lights, which this is domed, it does have a shape to it, to apply dry. Starting the center of the light, work your way out. It says it is very forgiving, somewhere right there. You can remove, reinstall numerous times until finished. So we'll see how this does. So all right, I'm gonna get somebody to hold the camera, and we'll try to put this first one on. Hell, there's a center dot on the yellow. The camera light. It does forgive a lot, I will say. You get little wrinkles, but they do press out. To be on something that's round and going on a dome shape, that went very well. Wow. Lays nice. That way you can see. Yeah, that's all right. Pretty neat. That's pretty neat how, like I said, being a dome shape and round, it lays. It don't. You think you'd have wrinkles all the way around the edge, but you don't. Like, it's nice and smooth. A few little air bubbles here and there, but those will burn out over time. Other than that, man, I got an amber lens, $20. All right, I'm gonna go put this one in. We'll compare it to the other side. All right, we're back in. I obviously tell one or the other. Let's see what they look like illuminated. I don't know how well it shows up on camera. It looks way better in person than it seems to look here on camera, but yeah, I like it. I've always wanted to try the amber light or yellow light theory. We get a lot of fog here. We're a lot of nights in fog, and I've just always wanted to try it. So I figured this was the cheapest way to try it, see if it actually worked, and go from there. But yeah, that looks good. You can't even tell on camera it's any different, but it is. Like there, it looks the same. I mean, you just gotta take my word for it, because on camera it does not look at all like it's much different. But in person, it's very different. Or maybe it does, I don't know. But from here, looking through my phone onto it, it don't look like it's any different, but it is very different. All right, I'm gonna pull the other one out. We'll do it. Call this project done.
Looks super cool.
Like a real off-roader now.
Should we do it to mine? Why not? If it helps.
If it helps, yes. I don't know.
You're not gonna ride with them on, are you?
No, I'm not that guy.
Are you gonna be that guy?
I'm not that guy.
You could be that guy with the yellow. I mean, you won't be though.
That's also the light bar guy that just rides around the middle of the day with his light bar on.
That's true. How did you get so much dirt up here?
Come off the tire.
This thing's dirty. I'm taking care of stuff.
All right, guys, moving on. It is the day after Christmas. It is cold and wet outside. So I'm not gonna do the headliner in the shop because the shop's even more cold and wet in there, just real damp. And trying to glue the fabric and stuff, I just don't think it'll work. So I'm over at the church in our fellowship hall, and it's a lot drier in here. And we've got ample room to be able to do these things. So we've got the top off already. And so what we're gonna be doing, I've got my box from a gift yesterday, so I got some cardboard there. We've got our foam here from Lowe's. This is just your basic 1/2 inch, styrofoam insulation. I think that was like $22, something like that. And the other day we went to our local arts and crafts store, fabric store here in town, and got some black headliner material that has the foam glued, already the foam on the back of it. So I already have that. So pretty straightforward. All we're gonna be doing is using the cardboard to cut out some patterns that will fit nicely down into here and these two, and same over there. The good thing is these are the same thing, just reverse. So I only gotta make one pattern. If I make one pattern, it'll work for both of these, and the same thing over here. I make one pattern for one side, all I gotta do is flip it over and it works for the other side. So we only gotta make 2 patterns, and then we will transfer that onto the foam, cut the foam out, make sure all that fits good, and then we will lay it on the headliner material, glue it, and fold it over, staple it nice and neat. Andrew's in Hattiesburg today picking me up some foam because nobody here locally has any, I'm not foam, Velcro. Nobody around here has any Velcro, so she's picking me up some in Hattiesburg today while she's doing some after Christmas shopping. We're also gonna be doing, at least in the back, I have a piece of this left over of this sound mat here that, and it's folded over. So I have a big piece of sound mat here that I am at least gonna put back here because this section of roof has a bassy vibrating sound when you're hitting bumps and stuff, riding from this thing just kind of vibrating. If it was metal, it would be like a rattling, but it's not metal, it's fiberglass, so it's got just a bassy drone kind of sound that is just this thing. You can lightly bump it and it does it. So hopefully that will kill that noise by shutting off the vibration there and absorbing that. And that will help. If I have any left, I'm gonna put it on these front two, but they're being a lot smaller, they don't flex as much. So I'm gonna make sure this gets covered, and if I have anything left, I'll put it on the front. So I think I've told you everything that you guys need to know. So I'm just gonna get started chopping up this cardboard box and making me some patterns, and I'll check back with you guys here in just a second. All right, front pattern. I did go over and try it on the other one. It fits over there good, obviously. And we've got our back pattern. I was a little short on my cardboard here for this little corner, but whenever I cut the foam, I'll leave me a little extra and trim to fit that when I do that. But that's also under the sound bar in the back, so you wouldn't even see it. And I don't know if that little corner there would make any difference at all, really. May or may not worry about it, but either way. So these are done. Now the next thing we're gonna do is, I guess, transfer and get the foam cut, get the foam fit, and make sure all of those fit nice and clean. Kind of, spend a little more time on them, getting them fit real nice. And then after that, we'll start gluing fabric to it. So pretty straightforward process. I'm not videoing all this because I didn't think y'all wanted me to watch me do arts and crafts the whole time. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna start transferring this to foam and getting it cut out. All right, well, patterns are all kind of cut. I messed up by not running that all the way to that back trim piece. I redid the first one, built me another extension. That's it laying over there in cardboard to run them all the way to the back, because I looked at a picture online and most of the ones you buy, they go all the way to the back. But when I transferred it over, it's got a little bit of a slope to it because of the curvature on the back. I didn't do it the right side up, wasn't paying attention, kind of got in a hurry. So it was too long on one end, too short on the other, and I don't have enough foam to redo that one and make another one. So it is what it is. I could build an extension piece and glue it all together with the headliner. I don't know for sure, might be able to do that. But for right now, I'm stopping for lunch because I'm hungry. But we have, for the most part, I'm gonna make one to go in this little groove here, and then probably gonna make some to go right here on the side. I think that would be kind of a nice little sound insulator to also have some there. So I'm gonna pause for a second. These two are both done and waiting. And so I get back from lunch. I think Andrew's just about back, if she's not already back with the Velcro. And we'll start getting this stuff prepped and glued together and in there. Andrew's doing the little piece that goes in the back. between. And I cut these out to go on the side here. So we'll probably stick those there to kind of help absorb. But yeah. A little piece of Velcro on it.
That fly is making me.
Dude, you ought to be, I've been in here the whole time trying to kill this thing. One fly. It's the season of flies here in South Mississippi. And anybody that lives down here will tell you, they're everywhere. Well, there's one in here, and the whole
It keeps landing on my face.
I know, he's in your face the whole time. I got a fly swatter here. I've been trying to kill him, but I can't get a hit on him.
I'm just coming over while I work. He'll land on me while it's flying. Didn't you?
What?
Marry me for the crafting skills.
Yes. I knew my weak points. Found somebody that my weak points were their strong points. And
So budgeting, spreadsheets,
yeah. General organization.
and craftability. I could have put these closer together. And
I literally just thought that you could have put them close
I
together.
could have, but well, we got like 2 more yards of that stuff,
Yeah.
so. I'm gonna cut them close if we wanted to do one of the little.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got our Velcro stuck to the roof, and we're about to stick our panel on. They turned out really nice. These are a little tight. Probably should have left a little bit more of an air gap on the edge to fit down in there, so we're experimenting right now, hoping that this will be
Before
enough.
we keep going, yeah. Shift it over some, huh? It ain't gonna come out. I mean,
I just look at this outside edge. I think we may need to put just a couple of little ones on that end, maybe. I don't know. Should we?
I mean,
Just let it ride.
that would be stupid easy to add. You just stick them. So if you need to, we can do it. Let's get it flipped upside down and on the Jeep and see what it.
How many do you think it's loose on this outside edge? But you got a bar. The bar comes somewhere right in here too.
Right, it's gonna cover that all up.
So maybe it ain't coming out.
No, it's not gonna fall out.
Okay, we'll let it ride. I think it's good.
He's too dang picky.
I'm picky. I'm not the picky one.
About car stuff?
Yeah, about car stuff.
Yeah.
But it fits nice. Nice and tight. All right, let's get the other ones done. I added 4 little corners, here, 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 and here, just to help kind of support it a little bit more. Were they necessary? I don't know. But they're there. All right, that's the back done. Well, we gotta do a little side pieces.
See, Here, I'm gonna do this. There we go.
They're in there.
They look nice. They don't look like we made them.
No. There's nothing against the hot heads. I can tell it's just talking. That it's not a hollow sound in here. Like it's already, you can tell, insulated. But nothing against like hot heads and stuff like that. But I just couldn't justify spending $400. I have less than 100 in this.
We'll add it up. We'll do a tally and really see exactly how much we have.
Now I understand some people don't have the time or whatever to make their own, but we did, and so it was like.
Well, you remember I told you like at the very get-go, I was like, why don't we just build them? And you were like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, that's what we do.
Well, I didn't, but then you get to add up how much $400 is and what all else you could do with that money, and it's like, and there's no question if these work. I think that's not even worth researching do they work? Obviously, anytime that you can have insulation, interior sound's going to be quieter and more comfortable. But
it's crazy quieter.
Yeah, it's a lot quieter. My thing is, does it justify $400?
Right.
You know, or $300 or whatever you get them for. And to me, it's like, no.
Right.
I watched like Matt McClellan, Ozark Overland, their video where they had a decimal reader and it drops it. But
it didn't drop it that much.
It wasn't enough to justify what
$400
to me.
Yeah.
Somebody else may be like, hey, no brainer.
I can still hear the wind sound and stuff, but it's
hear wind sound.
But it's even
in here it's more.
Yeah.
You can tell definitely more insulated.
Yeah.
Worth a couple of hours work and not quite $100.
Right.
And they look nice. They look good.
They do.
I can't tell much of a difference.
You can't tell a difference?
I mean, I can see the before and after, maybe.
Well, I can hear you better. Like, the biggest thing is not like the road noise, but like the fact that you can hear me without me having to yell at you.
Yeah. I mean,
so
I can tell that difference.
But I don't hear that bassy from the roof either.
No.
So the strips kind of canceled that out.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely worth doing. Well, guys, that's they're in there, and I could tell immediately as soon as we closed the doors a difference. They look nice and clean. Everything fits well. Nice clean corners. It's hard to get shots on all this stuff. I didn't show. We ended up doing a little rectangle panels here in the back on both sides. Just to kind of help with, you know, just one more little area talking. Probably should have made them a little bit longer to bring them down, but over here, this one's kind of close to that, and yes, that plastic's broke. It's a pretty common thing, I think, to break, because you gotta pull it off to pull the top. But anyway, so yeah, nice and clean. You can see that those go up in the top of the sound bar. You don't see them anyway. But just sticking my head in here and talking, I can tell it's better. It's different. So it's not really a question of do the headliners work. I mean, anytime you talk about a house or anything, I remember when we first got Termite driving it home, it had no headliner in it whatsoever. It was just the metal. And it was, I mean, it was a tin can. Put the headliner in it, way better. This is no different. So they work. It's, to me, it was just what they want for them nowadays. Now, I'm not saying that's not a fair price, because if you consider us having $100 in material, and a few hours labor. You throw in, these companies are also, most of them are offering free shipping. It's not, they're not gouging you. They're not. I think 300 to 400 would probably be a fair price. But again, the fact that we could do them, it was like, why not? I mean, it's, you know, we've got some time right now, this time of year, let's do them. So we did. So I like them. I'm stoked on them. The fog lights, I have not been able to use them. It has not been foggy. So I can't tell you if those are going to make a difference or not. They look cool, and those covers went on really, really easy. So I was very impressed with how those went on. So they make them in all sorts of colors, and I had even thought about, you know, the clear. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put the clear on these headlights, because you know what headlights do. You know how they scratch and turn yellow because the clear wears off of them. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to just throw a set of clears. I was thinking about the bikes too, you know, putting some on those. But oh, and also for Christmas, Andrew got me a stubby antenna. So those of you who know, the factory antennas just whip, and if they don't hit this, they come very close to hitting this, and they just whip like crazy. And so she, for Christmas, got me a little short. I think that's 16 inches. Off of Amazon. It's like 25 bucks, but it picks up all the stations so far. Radio wise, it's done great. I think that's it. As far as the Gladiator goes, that's about all I'm going to do to this thing. I'm not going crazy on this thing. The only other thing that I want to do is sway bar disconnects. I'm going to probably be putting some of those on. I've been shopping around. I think I'm going to go with the metal cloak sway bar, the disconnects there. Because we are going to wheel this thing. But other than that, I think that's about it. For what I can think of. So far, I'm really liking it. I've pulled my trailer. I like it. I dig it. So, it's doing good. Well, guys, I guess that's going to be about it. I think this is going to be the last video for the year. Oh, no. This will be the first video of the year. So, headliners in. Getting my dates all weird, I think. Yeah, by the time this kind of comes out. So, yeah, next year, I don't know what's in store for the channel, guys. What do you want? What do you want to see? You can see we have an array of stuff. Don't want to just keep doing like we're doing. We have struggled to hit 3,000 subscribers. I mean, we have been in the 2,000 range for years now, and we're like 40 people away from 3,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. It costs you nothing. Help us grow this channel, and a lot of growth involves input. What you know, you want to see more date night. I don't not show date night for a reason. It just runs, and so when something works, and I probably need to stop talking right now. When something works, you know, it's kind of hard to make content with it. Same with termite. It just works. We do want to go camping more. Y'all saw us take the tent off. Tent's here. Hadn't gone anywhere. We do want to go camping more. We're trying to figure out next year. We got a big trip to Big Bend coming up in a couple of months. But, you know, the bikes have taken over a lot of our spare time. Andrew and I have been, any day we get, we just go ride, and we have not been filming. But we do want to start filming. We want to start filming our daily rides and stuff like that. But with her learning and us having limited time, and filming for YouTube is hard work. There's a lot. And so when we get a day to ride, we just want to go ride. But we're kind of at a point now where we're like, we need to start filming some of that stuff. So that's kind of, I don't know. We'll see what next year holds. I really don't know. Project-wise, there's a few things I would like to do. But, you know, if you'd have told me a year ago today that the Super Bee would be gone and the XR would be gone and I'd be driving a Gladiator and all this would be like it is, I don't know if I would have believed you. You never know where you'll be in a year. So here we are. But anyway, Gladiator's chilling. We're waiting for the rain to come in. I've rambled enough. Thank y'all, as always, for watching. See you next week.